Hi guys, and welcome back. And when I left you, we were just doing round 20. We did slip stitches and all our stitches around. Now for round 21, we're going to do like we did here. We're going to be working in the back of the stitches only. We're not going to be working in the slip stitches. So you can turn your work down and see where your first stitch begins, and just single crochet behind the slip stitches. And you want to continue to do this all the way around. And you should have 62 stitches. And at the end of this round, I counted my stitches, and it's just like the last time I made my bag. I'm supposed to have 62, but I have 60. It's like I lost. Every time I do a slip stitch around, I seem to lose a stitch somewhere. So if you've got 60, that's okay. It's not going to affect the bag size too much. It's only 2 stitches. So if you're like me and you have 60, that's fine. But there is going to be no more decrease rows. So from here on out, we're just going to be doing single crochets. Except for our last slip stitch row where we're going to be adding, the last ruffle. So now I just did round 21, working all the single crochets in the back stitches. Now for the next 8 rows, rounds, round 22 through round 30, we're just going to be putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And again, if you're like me and you have 60 and you want to have a little bigger bag, then you can add somewhere along, these next 8 rounds. You can add a stitch or 2 to get you back up to 62. It's entirely up to you. My bag is fine. I'm happy with it being 60. It's not going to affect the size so much, so I'm just going to leave it. So this is, as you can see, I'm going to get a little closer here. This is where our first slip stitch goes down, and this is our first stitch of the round. So starting in this one, and now single crocheting all the way around for the next 8 rows. So I will see you here at the end of round 30. Done with round 30, and now for round 31, we're going to be doing slip stitch like before in each stitch around. I'm going to pull up just a bit. And hopefully I'm not going to lose another stitch doing this slip stitch. It seems like I always lose one. So just continue and do your slip stitch all the way around like we did for the last rounds. And I'll see you back here on round 32. Okay, I just reached the end of round 31, and again for round 32 we're going to do the same thing as we did these last 2 rounds where we did the slip stitch. We're going to be working 1 single crochet in each stitch behind the slip stitch to these single crochets back here. So continue to do that for round 32, and I will see you back here at the end of this round. Okay, I just got done with round 32, doing my single crochets behind my slip stitches. And now for rows 33 through 35, the next 3 rows, we're going to be putting 1 single crochet in each of the single crochets from the previous round. So for the next 3 rounds, do a single crochet, excuse me, do a single crochet in each stitch around, and I'll see you back here at the end of the 35th round. Okay, I just got done with my 35th row, and now we want to slip stitch into the next stitch and pull through. Get your scissors, cut the yarn. Now that's the main part of the purse here, and these are where we're going to be putting our ruffles. and it should measure roughly about 22 centimeters or 8.5 inches. And if you want it to be a little bit deeper of a bag, you can add another row or two at the top. I'm going to be attaching a button here, and I'm going to be forming a loop here for the button. But I do that typically after the lining has been put in, so it's not something that gets in the way. Okay, so let's get started making our first ruffle. Now you can do the ruffle two ways. If you want the ruffle itself, where's the other bag? I'll show you this one here. This one is working the ruffles with the bag facing the right side up. And the right side of the ruffle runs this way. So what you see is the back side of the ruffle, which personally I think looks better, just to give you an idea of what the ruffles may look like if you did it this way. This is what it would look like with the right side of the ruffles facing up. To me, I think that the back side looks better. So it's up to you, however way you want your ruffles to look. If you want your ruffles to have the back side facing, then you'll want the bag to be right side up, and you work from the right to the left. And if you want the right side of the ruffles facing, then you'll be working with the bottom part of the bag down, and then you'll be working from right to left this way. So I want to have the bag facing with this back side. So first I want to grab my darkest color that I have here, which is this. I'm hoping, since it is a darker color, that you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but it's a basic stitch. It's double crochet. All you need to know is double crochet. Okay, so get your darkest yarn, and I'm going to add a little tail here before I make my slip knot, just so I can work in my end with my tapestry needle. All you do is you can fold your bag right at the slip stitch row to make it easier to work with your slip stitch stitches. Attach it to one of the slip stitches. Just like that, and you're going to be working in these only. We're going to go ahead and slip stitch onto my first slip stitch, and then chain 2. And now within the same stitch that we chain 2, I'm going to put 2 double crochets. The chain 2 at the beginning will count as our very first double crochet. So in the next stitch, we want to put 3 double crochets into the same stitch. And then 3. And then in the next stitch, we repeat. Put 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Now you're going to be wanting to repeat this pattern of putting 3 double crochets in each of these stitches all the way around. And I will see you when you get back to the beginning of this round. Okay, I just got done with my first round on my ruffles. Each stitch putting 3 double crochets into them. And I just made it back up to my beginning. Now I want to slip stitch into this first chain 2 that we did. slip stitch into that stitch, and then I'm going to chain 2 again, which will count as my first single crochet. Make sure here. No, I want to chain 3, sorry. Chain 3. And then from here into the next stitch, you just want to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around. And you want to do this for 3 rows. Let me show you here on a lighter color here. So each ruffle will be 3 double crochets in the slip stitch, and then you'll have 3 rows of just putting 1 double crochet in each stitch.